Hi everybody, today we are going to do our book review. Now let me just zoom in a little bit so that you can see my page. Hopefully this will be at the end of your overview for the day, and I am going to be doing my book review all about the book that Miss Ransom read yesterday, and this one's called Stomp Chomp Big Roars. Here come their dinosaurs. So your first job is going to be to write the title of your book. Now you might not choose to review this book, you might choose to review your favourite book, or you could even review one of the stories you did last week as part of World Book Day. So the first job is to write the title of the book. Now we can cheat a little bit here. Quick, cover your ears, mummies and daddies, because we can copy the words on our book. Now this is quite a long one, so you've got to remember your finger spaces and beautiful letters. The next thing you need to do is you need to write the author. Now the author is the person that wrote the book, so if you're doing a Julia Donaldson book, you're going to write Julia Donaldson. Okay, so you've got to have a look, and it's normally these people that are a little bit smaller. So I'm going to write the author there. Then what you've got to do, and I remember that you did this last term with your teacher, whether that was Mrs. Ellis or Miss Ransom, and we had to review a story that we were writing. So to review it, what you've got to decide whether you liked the book or you didn't like the book, and how many stars you're going to give it out of 5. So if you really loved it, you're going to give it 5 stars. If you thought it was okay but it could have been funnier, or could have had more pictures, you might give it 3 stars. If you really didn't like it, you're only going to give it 1 star. So then you can colour your stars in. And then the next part is all about what was your favourite bit in the story. Now my favourite bit in the story was when, let me find it, the dinosaurs jumped in to the big green swamp. Okay, so I'm going to write my sentence all about them jumping in to the stump, and I'm going to use my joining conjunction, joining conjunction, and I'm going to use, because now that's a really long tricky word that you might need some help with, but I'm going to write, I liked it when the dinosaurs jumped in the swamp because it made me laugh. Full stop. And that's my sentence. So I'm going to pop that there, and then I'm going to draw my favourite bit from the story. Now you might have another favourite bit from the story. I quite like it when they all go to sleep and the baby dinosaur sleeps on the mummy dinosaur. So I might draw that picture into my bit here. If you can't print this page, you can do it straight into your red book or on a piece of paper. Okay, we cannot wait to hear your reviews of your favourite story, or one that we've read. I know that I read The Dinosaur That Pooped Christmas the other day. No, That Pooped Planets. And that really made me chuckle, and is one of my new favourite books. So you might review something else. It doesn't have to be a dinosaur book. But we can't wait to see what your favourite book is.
Hi everybody. Now yesterday, Mrs. Ellis taught you the o'clock song, didn't she? And how to tell o'clock times, and you all did a super job practicing those at home. Now I'm going to give you a little bit of a challenge today, and on my board you're going to see some o'clock times, and I wonder if you can help to tell me what they are. Now remember, if it's an o'clock time, the big hand, the hour hand, is always pointing right up to number 12. And the little hand points to the number that the time is. So if it points to number 4, it means it is 4 o'clock, doesn't it? Okay, let's see. I'm going to show you this one. So our big hand's on the 12, so it's definitely o'clock. And what o'clock is it? It is 7 o'clock. Okay, what about this one? What time is it? 3 o'clock. Well done. 3 o'clock. Okay, what about this one? Big hand is still on number 12, so it's o'clock. Tick tock, see that clock? It is o'clock. Well done, everybody. Oh, this one looks like one big straight line. It's an o'clock, but what o'clock is it? What time is it? It is 6 o'clock. Okay, this one. You tell me, what's the time? 9 o'clock. Fab job, everybody. You are so super at time, and I saw that yesterday. Oh, this one's a bit funny because there's a big hand at the 12, so it's o'clock. But then I can see another arrow, so I think both of the clock hands are sitting at number 12. What time is it? It is 12 o'clock. Well done if you got that one right, because that one can be tricky. Oh, now this is a challenge. Which of these clocks shows 2 o'clock? Have a look. Have a look at the little hands. Which one is 2 o'clock? Now, I think it's this one because I can see a 12 and a 2. Do you agree? Okay. Well done. Super. Okay. Which clock shows 4 o'clock? Which one is 4 o'clock? Which of these clock faces shows 4 o'clock? Can you see? It's this one, isn't it? 4 o'clock. Okay. Which clock shows 10? Can you show me 10? 10 o'clock. Have a look. 10 o'clock. Have you got it? 10 o'clock. Well done. Oh, which clock face, these are analogue clocks, remember, which clock face shows 3 o'clock? Have a look. You're very good at these. I'm sure you got it. 3 o'clock. Oh, there we go. And that's it. We would love you to practice your o'clock times today. You might play a game, you might make bingo, you might see how many o'clock times you can write, or there's also lots of songs and games that can help us practice o'clock. You could play What's the Time, Mr. Wolf? And you've got to count your steps to make the same time as the o'clock. Or you could sing Hickory Dickory Dock and draw the times from the song. It is up to you. I cannot wait to see how you choose to practice them and how amazing you really are at time. Okay, have fun today and we'll have a look later to see how you got on. Bye. Hi everybody, I'm going to read you this really lovely story today. This is part of your topic activity for today, but it is also just a really lovely story. The title of this is Part of the Party. Oh, can you see all of those dancing koalas? Okay. Carrie Koala loves to dance. She enjoys dancing to all different kinds of music. But her favourite thing in the world is dancing to rock and roll with her 2 daddies. One Saturday morning, as Dad was playing the air guitar, can you play air guitar? Carrie was surprised to see that the delivery bird had bought a special leaflet. Carrie ran inside, excited to tell her dads that there was going to be a disco in town. Carrie's smile faded as she read the words. Mayor Emu of Sunny Springs invites you to a mummy and daughter disco. Bring your mummy for a boogie and show them how much you care. But I don't have a mummy in my family, she said. Does that mean I can't go? I'm sure Mayor Emu wouldn't want you to miss the disco, said Daddy kindly. Why don't you go and ask Katie what she's going to do? I bet she'll want to take her grandma. Carrie went next door to see her best friend, Katie Kangaroo. Katie lived with her grandma and she loved to dance as much as Carrie did. I definitely want to go, said Katie excitedly. My gran has some amazing moves. It shouldn't matter that she's not my mum. At school, Carrie and Katie asked if anybody else was going to the disco. Carla Crocodile started to cry. My mummy will be at work, she sniffled. What if your big sister takes you? Suggested Carrie. But the leaflet says it's for mummies, said Carla, and she walked away sadly. That night, Carrie went to her room feeling cross that the disco leaflet had made her, Katie and Carla feel unwelcome. She wondered if anybody else would feel the same. The next day, she decided to call a meeting for anybody who was also feeling left out. She spread the word and then waited by the lake for them to turn up. Slowly, Carrie's friends started to arrive. She was amazed how many of them had come along, and they were all upset about the disco too. The Platypus twins, Pablo and Paula, loved discos and wanted to take their mummy dancing together. It's not fair that it's only for daughters, said Pablo. What about everybody else? Yeah, what about us, said Eric Enchinada and Levi Lizard. Wanda Wombat was looked after by her dad, and she didn't have a mum. She wanted to take her dad to the disco so they could celebrate their happy family. Deborah Dingo was confused about whether she would be allowed to take both of her mummies. I can't choose just one, she said anxiously. I love them both so much. Keely Kookaburra had been adopted by a family of Galas and lived with her mum, dad, 2 grannies, grandpa, 4 aunties, 5 uncles and 12 cousins. That is a very big family, isn't it? But everybody in my family loves me and helps me. I want to bring them all, she said. Carrie went home feeling determined to make sure that all of her friends and their families could be part of the party. She told Dad what happened at the meeting. Why don't we write a letter to the mayor, said Dad. Carrie sat down and wrote a letter telling the mayor about all of the different families who would not be included at his disco. She posted the letter through the postbox and she waited. A few days later, an envelope arrived addressed to Carrie. It had the official stamp of the mayor's office. Carrie felt a bit nervous, but with Dad and Daddy by her side, she opened the letter. I'm going to read it to you. Dear Carrie, thank you so much for your lovely letter. I'm sorry I made you feel unwelcome at the disco. I wanted to celebrate all the wonderful mummies, but I realise it's not just mummies who love us and help us. I want everyone to feel they can come and celebrate the love in their family, whatever that looks like. I'm thrilled that so many of your friends would like to come to the disco. I'd be very grateful if you could help me deliver some new leaflets that I have designed. Thank you for helping to make the disco a true celebration of love. I look forward to seeing you there. Yours sincerely, Mayor Emu. Oh, look at this. Carrie handed out the leaflets. Now this one says, Mayor Emu of Sunny Springs invites you to a family disco to celebrate love. Because we love all of our families, don't we? Not just Mummy or Daddy, everybody in our family. Bring your whole family along for a boogie to show them how much you care. Dad and Daddy felt proud of their kind and thoughtful little koala. All that was left was to choose which disco outfits to wear and for Carrie, Dad and Daddy to practice their dance moves. Can you show me your cool dance moves? That night, the town was lit up with disco lights and the sound of the party floated through the air. Carrie looked at Dad and Daddy with a smile. This is the best disco ever, she said. And the best part is having all of you here to share it with me. And that's the end of our story. Okay. Now, your job today, we'd like you to maybe have a little bit of a party with your family and the people that live in your house. So you could maybe decorate a leaflet just like the one that invited people to the party to let your family know about all the fun that you're going to have. I hope you have lots of fun today celebrating your happy family, and we will see all of your creations soon. Have fun.
The Hueys in What's the Opposite? Oh, one of my favourite books. Oh, it's a brand new one. I don't think anybody's read it here before because it's not bending very easily. Let me get a little bit closer so you can see. What's the opposite of the beginning? Is it yes? No. Let's try an easier one. What's the opposite of up? Down. You're right, it is. And the opposite of high? It's low. Let's do another one. Oh dear, he's chopped the tree down. Whoopsie. Here. And there. Look, he's here and now he's there. There and here. Now you've got it. How about a few more? Cold. Hot. Unlucky. Oh, why is he unlucky? Look, he's stranded on an island. But now he's lucky because he's got a fan. Oh, unlucky again because the fan needs a plug and he definitely hasn't got that on his island, has he? On. So he's got something on. What's he got on? A hat. Good day. Hello. Off. On. Off. On, off, on, off. Big. Small. Light. Heavy. Happy. Oh, look, he's found some money so that he can get himself a drink. Sad. Everybody show me their happy face. Show me your sad face. Now, for a trickier one. We've done this one. This isn't tricky for us. We know this one, don't we, children? That's, what is it? It's half full. And it's half empty. Oh, my head hurts. All right, let's finish with something simpler. Forward. Back. Ah! Look at that monster. Of course they're running away. So what is the opposite of the beginning? What's the opposite of the beginning, children? It's the end.